morning, it's Chrissy from Up the Windy Lane, and today we're going to do a little bit different. If you notice, we're in the kitchen today. It is chilly outside. I do have some December garden chores that I'm going to be sharing with you soon though, probably this week. But today we're going to work in here and we're going to make some hot cocoa. I've got a few different options for you, so let's get some started. Over here at our drink coffee bar, whatever this is called over here, I have a hot cocoa mix that I just made this morning. So as before I had my coffee, I made this, so it's really easy to make. It's cocoa, sugar, and salt. This is the dry mix that I like to have on hand for my coffee or for warm milk. It's really good, but we're going to do a little bit different variation. I am going to share this with you below though, so don't worry about that. But we're going to make another one that we can use right away or we can freeze dry. I know not everyone has a freeze dryer, so that option is really good to add to coffee, to add to warm milk. It's really good. You can add cream to yours, you can add chocolate chips, whatever you want to do to make it more creamier or richer. And so today we're going to make a hot cocoa. We're going to make it on the stove, and this is another variation that you can actually make it with either all milk, all cream, a variation of it, or whatever. And I'm going to share that recipe with you. So this is something that you can keep in the fridge and warm up later, or as I'm going to do, we're going to keep some and I'm going to freeze dry the rest, and then we can just add it to water instead of milk if we would like. For our ingredients, now this is sugar that I get from, I was getting it from Aldi, but now I'm getting it from Azure because they have a better price. My cocoa I get from Azure Standard. This real salt I got, I don't know if I think I ordered this on Amazon actually. And this is just from my Kroger store. And actually, nope, these are from Aldi. And then this is vanilla extract that I made, I don't even know, like last year sometime. So if you've never made your own vanilla extract, I say give it a try. These beans have been used a couple of times, and you can, what's great about it is you can actually use it more than once. So there we go. So first we're going to add our cocoa. We're going to add a 1/3 cup of cocoa to our pan. Next we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar. You can add more or less. It really just depends on your taste. And then I'm using filtered water. We're going to add 1.5 cups of water. We're going to add a pinch of salt. And then we're going to whisk that up really good. Pinch of salt, and my pinch of salt might be a little different. Okay. I'm going to heat this on medium-low, and we're just going to smooth it, and stir it until it is smooth. Get those lumps and things out. So while that's heating up, I'm going to get the other ingredients ready. So it's going to be 4 cups total. So I'm going to start with this 1/2 and 1/2 because I have opened that. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that and see how much, I don't know how much is left in here. Don't know that I want to use, well, okay, looks like 3 cups. 4 cups total. So we will use 1 cup of this milk. Mason jars come in really handy. Either broke or disappeared. The lid disappeared, so now it's plastic wrap with a rubber band, and we're just going to add a smidge of vanilla. I don't usually measure my vanilla, so approximately 1/2 teaspoon. It's heating up, so now you can see it's much smoother. Not near as many little lumps in it, so that's good. We're going to get this to a little bit of a simmer, and we're going to add our other wet ingredients. I don't know about you, but I love a good cup of hot cocoa on these cold days, especially when the snow starts coming and you go outside and you come back in. It's just so good and so refreshing. Throw some marshmallows, some chocolate chips in there, and you just got quite the decadent drink to warm up with. So I am really curious about what this is going to taste like because I've not made this recipe before. Now don't forget, I will share the dry mix down below, but it is 2.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of cocoa powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you just whisk it and mix it up really good. Put it in a jar like I have it. You can add it to coffee, which is really good. You can also add it to warm milk as well. I wouldn't recommend adding it to water because there is no dry milk in it at all. And that is something I want to try too, because I have that freeze-dried milk out in the pantry. So it's something else I'm going to try. Just going to check on my totals. I told you wrong about the salt. It's 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of salt. So you've got 2.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of unsweetened cocoa, and a tablespoon of salt. Mix it up and put it in a jar. The cocoa is getting hot and it smells delicious. Got some of that chocolatey flavor coming up in there. We have a simmer now, so we're gonna add our other wet ingredients that we have here. We've got 3 cups of half and half and 1 cup of milk. I'm really missing my raw milk because this would be so good. Well, that already looks delicious. Alright, so we're going to stir this up. And we're not going to bring this to a boil. We're just going to get it hot. And then we're going to try it. Here we should probably do a taste test to see if I want to add more sugar or not. So I just got a little spoon. Just going to dip some out. It looks really good. It's pretty good. It could probably be a little bit sweeter. So I may try that next time. And I'll probably just put a note on my recipe to, you know, kind of a question mark about the sweetness, but it's actually pretty good. And that was really easy to make. And that would be so nice. Just have a pot on the stove, like warm. I'm gonna pour me a cup of this and put some cinnamon on top and enjoy that. And I'm gonna let this cool because I'm gonna freeze dry this. There we go. I'm just going to stir that up and enjoy this. And you know what? I don't think this is going to make it to the freeze dryer. I don't think this batch is going to make it to the freeze dryer. Nope, because it's pretty good. And I think when the other 2 kids that we still have at home get up, I don't think this is going to last very long. So I'm going to have to make probably a double batch and freeze dry it to really make it worth the freeze dryer time. But I have another project for that, which I'm going to share with you next week. I've got some deer liver I'm going to freeze dry. Doesn't that sound appetizing? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you make it, let me know what you think. Either way, the dry or this one that you make on the stove, let me know what you think. You know, I just had a thought. You could probably freeze this in ice cubes. I don't know. If you try it, let me know. Hope you enjoyed this. Stay warm with a nice cup of hot cocoa. Be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to be lovely lights today.